Hey guys, so far throughout this year, I've had two phases of this year. And one of those phases was having like little to no interaction with like other people. I was very like to myself. I never went out. I never really hung out with friends in person. And then there has been another phase where it's the phase I'm in now, and I've been trying to ramp up the conversations that I have with like other people. I try to be outside and not in my room. And I've realized in this phase, just like just doing those things has allowed me to grow exponentially as a person. And it's because I've been able to take experiences from other people and like implement those experiences into my life. So you might be wondering, hey, what do I mean by that? And basically, so when you interact with people, they usually tell something about themselves. And when you gather those experiences, you naturally, or I naturally want to like pick and choose which experiences might align best with my values or what I'm trying to accomplish. Recently, I actually had a conversation with some guy. I had to return pants to him because like I borrowed his pants, and then I left my pants at his place, and yeah, he returned them, and then we had a small little conversation about just stuff. And basically, what he was telling me was he was trying to become more involved in his organization, and he was talking about the benefits of doing so. And that made me realize that I'm also in an organization and I can also reap those same benefits. So the ideas that sprung up in my head were like, oh, hey, maybe I should become more involved in my organization so that I can reap some imaginary benefits. So along with making you grow as a person, interacting with people and also working together with them is probably one of the best things that you can do, because it doesn't only teach you other things that you might be able to explore in your life, but it can also help you accelerate the growth that's happening in a particular part of your life. So let's say you want to start a business. This is a pretty generic one, but if other people are like having the same like mindset around the business, you guys can like work together if you talk enough about it, and it'll become 10 times easier. I made a video about this in the past, and people underestimate how easy things become when people start working together. When you start doing things alone, the thing you might be doing in the moment might actually seem impossible. I know back in the day, back in COVID, I actually tried to start drop shipping. And that was probably the hardest thing that I could ever do. But let's say instead of instead of starting drop shipping alone, what if I had a big following and then I was able to do the same thing? If I had a big following, the drop shipping idea would be way easier. And that's just one of the many examples of how having a group of people is makes literally everything so much easier. And this isn't like you need a million people to help you out on something. You need like 500 people to help you out on something. It could be a group of three small friends or just like acquaintances that have the light. It could be a group of three small people that don't have any influence but just want to get one thing done. And you experience it all the time in school. And this is the one thing that I'd say school really helps you to understand. It's this idea with group projects. If you have to write a 5-page paper and you have 5 group members, then each of you only have to write 1 page. And 1 page is so easy to write compared to 5. It's like unbelievable. I feel like there's an exponential curve of how hard writing gets. Like like 1 page super easy, 2 pages like pretty easy, 3 pages it's like yeah, it'll take you an hour or two, and then when you get to 4 it's like yo, you really got to use your brain, and then 5 it's like yeah, you might as well just like shoot yourself in the head. Writing 5 pages of just some bullshit that I don't even care about, that's probably one of the hardest things I can do ever. But, anyways, working as a group on a project that you actually like is actually the easiest thing that you can do. Just what you have to do to create this small group of people is you talk about what you want to do. And naturally, you'll be able to gather these groups of people when you go out and about. But many of you are probably recluses and you probably don't go out as much. But like for those of you who do, um, you've set yourself a pretty good baseline for your future endeavors. But for those of you who don't have like a social circle and you want to start one, in the places that you frequent, whether it be school, work, or whatever, introduce yourself to every single person in your environment. Next time you see them, just spring up a conversation. Hey, how's it going? How was last week? And they'll tell you about last week. They might tell you about something random that you don't care about, but there will be that one person that actually tells you something that might actually be worthwhile. When this happens, a tiny bit of inspiration can come about from just some random person just telling you about their day. It's as easy as that. And of course, if you are connected with individuals that are actually experts in whatever field that you're trying to go into, you can literally just pick their brain about anything that you want. So let's say I'm at a bar and I run into some guy that's like an investor, a very successful investor. All I have to ask is like, okay, hey, what's up? What's your name? And he's like, oh, my name's John Smith. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an investor. Oh, hey, I have an investment account and I really want to know like uh, what little things I can do to maximize the returns on my portfolio. And then the one thing you'll understand is the people that actually are passionate about the things they do, they can go on and on about the things that they're passionate about. So when you ask this investing question, you will literally get everything in the book about investing. And you can pick and choose which things that you want to hold on to, what things that you're like, I don't really care about that. Um, and yeah, it's very useful to talk to other people because other people have different perspectives on life and they've gone through life very differently from how you have. So asking people how they do things is literally the most important step in expanding your knowledge. So I'd like to end with this. Increase your exposure to other people in the environment. Like you don't want to be doing things alone. If you do anything, you should call for the help of other people that are interested in that thing you're doing, and want to reap the rewards that you are looking for. Thanks for watching.